Mrs. Swanson here, and today's lesson is going to be about converting units using the metric system. The metric system is based on 10. What that means is as you move from unit to unit, you're either going down by 10 or moving up by 10. Let me show you what I mean. This is a staircase image that can be used to easily convert one unit to another using the metric system. So in the middle here we have our base unit, which is a meter, a liter, or a gram. Let's go up the staircase first. So we have a deca as our prefix, so let's stick with the base unit of meter. A decameter is 10 meters. A hectometer, remember, powers of 10, so you're multiplying by 10 each time up here. So hectometer is 100 meters. And finally you have kilo. A kilometer is 1,000 meters. Going down the staircase, you have deci. So a decimeter is 1/10, which I'm going to show in decimal form. Centimeter is 1/100th. And a millimeter is 1,000th. And those are all compared to a meter. So centimeter here is 1/100th of a meter. So if you're thinking of this like a proportion, and say our base we have 6 meters. Okay, so we know, back here looking at centimeters, our 1/100th of, we know means to multiply, our meters, which is 6. So if we were trying to find out how many centimeters was in 6 meters, you could simply just cross multiply here and find that this would be 600 centimeters. But we're going to show you an easier way. Looking down at the bottom of our chart, we have some hints here. The first one says, as you go up the stairs, you're going to divide. And you're going to divide by some power of 10, so 10, 100, 1,000. I'll show you how you know. Let's say we're starting at a millimeter, and we want to get to a decimeter. We'll stick with the number 6. So we have 6 millimeters. We want to find out how many decimeters that would be. I know that I'm going to divide, so I'll put my 6 out front here. And I know it's going to be by a power of 10. So I know I'm going to have a 1 here. To know how many zeros you're going to add, you have to count the stair steps that you're moving. So from millimeter, I have 1, 2 stair steps that I'm moving. So I know I have to have 1, 2 zeros. Then you do the math and get 0.06 or 6/100ths. So 6 millimeters equals 600 decimeters. Say that I wanted to move up to my base unit. I would just have my 1 out front and count. 1, 2, 3. It was 3 steps from millimeter to meter, my base unit. So I know I add 1, 2, 3 zeros to divide by. Now, if you're moving the other way, so you're moving down the staircase, our operation changes from division to multiplication. But the same rule applies as you count how many stair steps you're moving. That's how many zeros you add. Another way to solve these involves using decimals. We know that dividing by 10 is the same thing as moving to the decimal to the left 1 time. And we know that multiplying by 10 means moving that decimal to the right 1 time. Therefore, you can solve these problems just by simply moving the decimal to the left or to the right, depending which way you're moving down the staircase or up the staircase. So let's say we have 5 meters. So we're working with our base, and we want to change that to kilometers. I'm going to again count how many stair steps I'm moving. So we have 1, 2, 3, and that's how many times I'm going to move my decimal to the left since I'm going up. So we count 1, 2, 3, and we get 0.005 or 5 thousandths. Reversing back the other way, if you're moving down the staircase, that decimal goes to the right, the same way that you're moving. So we count 1, 2, 3, back to our base, and we're moving our decimal 1, 2, 3 times to get 5,000. Here are some examples to try on your own. You can pause the video and play when you're ready to see the answers. This video has shown 3 different ways to solve converting units from the metric system. You can set up a proportion, divide or multiply by powers of 10, or move that decimal place right or left. When working with numbers in the metric system, it's important, don't forget to label your answer. So label with milligrams, kilograms, meters, whatever you're working with, you have to have that label. It's very important. That's all for this lesson. Thanks for studying with Swanson.